Hi, I'm Nick, a former Amazon bar raiser, and today I'd like to answer the question: does Amazon provide interview feedback, particularly to candidates who Amazon decided not to hire? This question was asked in a recent webinar that I ran, and the recording is going to follow shortly. You should notice that both the video and the audio of the person asking the question have been distorted in order to preserve their confidentiality. I hope this content would be helpful to you. If it is, please subscribe to our channel, and best of luck. Thank you, Chris. What is your question?
Hi, thank you. Just to better understand kind of the specifics of the hiring process, say you get a job at get an interview at one of these big companies. You end up as a non-hire. You go through the interview process. They decide not to hire you. Would it be standard to reach back out to them? Would these hiring managers be open to providing feedback on, specifically, am I a recycler or am I just a non-hire that's kind of getting thrown away? What was it you're looking for? What did I not have? And then that would be able to help you focus it more, or is it kind of a hiring managers just have too much on their plate to provide that much feedback?
Yes, unfortunately, it's the latter. And frequently, unless you have worked with the hiring manager before, and unless you have some sort of professional rapport with them, you would most likely deal with the recruiter. And the recruiter is going to let you know of the hiring outcome. And more frequently than not, I would say 99% of the time, they would not give you a reason of why they cannot hire you because of legal constraints, right? They don't want to be legally liable for whatever reason. If you feel disgruntled or if you feel like you disagree with any part of their assessment, they just want to nip that in the bud, and they would not share the specifics with you. However, you could intuit if you are a recycle versus a no hire based on if they suggest to you to apply to other roles. If they say something along the lines of, hey, Chris, we're so sorry, feel free to interview again in 24 months, then that's a pretty safe sign that you have been no hired, unfortunately. However, if they say the team loved you, but they couldn't quite extend an offer and feel free to interview for other roles, then that's a pretty decent sign, I'm sorry, that you're a recycled candidate. And I would even grab a couple of other open roles that you want to interview for and send them to the recruiter and say, hey, would you please be able to refer me for these other roles? And may you please do that right now. And if they're willing to do so, then that's even another strong indication that you're a recycled candidate. And the last thing I'd say about this is, on the outside, the no hire and recycled decision are almost look identical. They're like identical twins, but they cannot be any more different on the inside, right? Because if you are a recycled candidate, you're 80% of the way there. They've literally determined that you're raising their bar, that you're better than a lot of the people who currently work there. It's just that last stretch, you're on the 90th yard line, and that last stretch is just not there because of some very particular reason that's outside of your control. And that team would not be a good fit for you, but a bunch of other teams would be. And instead of being discouraged, you should feel emboldened and run up the hill with doubled strength, because think of it from the point of view of how their process is trying to look out for you, right? If you're not a fit with that team, they don't want to set you up for a failure. They don't want you to be underperforming and have a subpar experience at the company. So if you're a recycled candidate, that's actually a great sign that the hiring process is working well, that they do want to hire you, not for this team, but for a bunch of other teams maybe. And you just need to be persistent and patient enough. And in a few months, they would be able to extend you an offer for a different team.